Kia ora te whānau, and welcome back to Why Should We Give a F, our fake podcast where we explore different topics with experts and talk about why rangatahi should care about them. Introducing, you already know me. Nah, ko Preston Aho. This is Tamia.
Okay, cool. And today we are very happy to be accompanied by Haley Maxwell, who is standing for the Ikaroa Rahwiti seat representing Te Pāti Māori. She's mainly worked in youth advocacy and support and was recently a manager of Tautua Village, a youth-led community space in Gisborne, and she's here to kōrero about why rangatahi should care about politics and in particular Te Pāti Māori. So nau mai, haere mai. So could you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and how you got to where you are today?
Oh, kia ora tātou, tēnā kōrua. Thank you for having me on this awesome podcast today. I love the vibes of our rangatahi, and as you said, I've been a youth advocate most of my life, since I was a rangatahi, just like yourselves, always advocating for our rangatahi within education, culturally, and just ensuring that they're provided with opportunities to experience things that they may not have experienced in their own personal lives or may not have found within school or within their own communities. So it was really just a platform to be able to offer experiences and show youth that, you know, this world is a beautiful place, really. So how did I end up here? I feel like I've always been an advocate in some sort of way. You know, I grew up in a not so easy community, even though I was born in Tūranga in Gisborne, in Gizzy, G-Town, on the east coast with the most. There was a moment in my life where my father moved us to Auckland, to the south side of Auckland, Otara. And so I went to school there from kindergarten. I didn't go to kohanga, I went to kindergarten, and then I went to a mainstream primary school. So disconnected from who we were culturally. And if you know south side of Auckland, if you know Otara, you know that it's a very diverse community full of different cultures and languages and a whole lot of different types of gangs. So I found myself, you know, at a crossroad where trying to figure out who I was as a young person growing up in a world that I didn't feel like I belonged in. So I moved myself back. I decided at 13 years old that I didn't feel like that was where I belonged. So I told my parents I'm moving back to the coast with my nanny and papa, and that's pretty much the beginning of my journey in Te Māori, and reconnecting and reclaiming who I was as a Māori, and reclaiming language, reclaiming art forms through kapahaka, which is the main vehicle that took me to Te Ao Māori again, I suppose. And I saw that within our youth, a lot of that was missing too. So I just wanted to provide opportunity for them to be exposed to who they really are as rangatahi Māori. Yeah.
So I know that before we did say that that your campaign is about affordability. What is it actually about?
Well, yeah, affordability is probably it, but probably not just in monetary terms, you know, and also in mana terms. You know, in regards to wealth, to me, is not just about how much money you have in your pocket. It's also about how much you believe in yourself and the way we think about ourselves as Māori in this world. So I suppose that's what the affordability is for me too, not just monetary, it's about our mana. And I'll go back to, you know, how did I get led here today? The aspirations of our ancestors have led me here today. Knowing what life is like without the mana of, or believing in the mana and who we are as a people and our belonging here on our own whenua, on our own lands, knowing what it feels like to live poorly without it, and knowing the richness that I have with it and that knowing. So it's really just about standing for that. And I know yous may have, did you take part in the hikoi mo te tiriti o Waitangi?
Yes.
So that in the last 2.5 years, right, is something that really engaged us with te tiriti o Waitangi. Did you learn about te tiriti o Waitangi growing up?
I did, yeah.
Very
but that's
good.
because I went to a very Māori school.
Awesome. So there's 3 of us here. 2 of 3 of us didn't. So, and that's pretty much the statistics of our people. Only a certain few, a minority of us as Māori are fortunate to have that upbringing and that connection and that type of kai fed to us being, growing up. So te tiriti o Waitangi, the Treaty Principles Bill being attacked, and the threat of our mana being diluted even more within a political system through legislation is something that awoken us as a people, right? It really engaged us to really think about who we are as Māori, what our place is here on our own whenua, and then also what do we want to do about it?
Yeah.
So I was one person who was sitting at home watching all the treaty activations being put up across the motu. I was at Tautua Village at the time, just watching online, waiting for my little patch of the motu to be, to come up on social media saying, Tūranga nui a kiwa, te tai Rahwiti, we are meeting here.
Yeah.
And it was getting closer and closer to the very first activation that was set up across the nation. And there still wasn't anything. And I was going, who's the person organising this kaupapa for us?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying to myself internally, like, just waiting for Tai Rahwiti to have a location and a time for us to be able to express ourselves and to show that we support this and we stand up against this attack on te tiriti o Waitangi, attack on us as Tiwi Māori. I'm close friends with Kiri Waititi, who is one of the managers of, general manager of Te Pāti Māori. I messaged her and I said, hey, who's our person here in Te Tai Rahwiti? And she was like, no one yet. No one's made contact. It's because, the karere was, if you go back and it's still on Instagram today. So that's the thing about social media. You can always go back to it.
Yeah.
And the pānui that they put out was to all Māori social media influencers.
Oh,
So for me, I was not a Māori social media influencer. So I was waiting for the social media influencer of Te Tai Rahwiti, of Tūranga Nui a Kiwa, to tell us what we were doing.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, cut it short, it ended up being me. I had to put my hand up to be, not that I wanted to be at all, because I'm usually the person that likes to be hiding in the back or just do what I have to do if I'm voluntold or, told by my nannies or my aunties to do something, I'll happily do it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't being told to do that by anyone. But my puku was telling me I didn't want us to be left off the map. And I wanted to be able to have a space for all of us who believed in standing up for, for this taonga that is ours, te tiriti o Waitangi, for us to have a space and a place to be able to voice that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I became voluntold really, and told myself that I had to be, and even though I was shaking in my boots and I had no idea that putting your name out there and putting out a time and a place to meet, for those of us who are keen, that you would end up being the person who has to take the mic as well.
Yeah.
So, but it's not something that I wanted to do. So, but it happened. And sometimes we have to step into leadership roles.
Yeah.
Even if we don't want to, even if it's not in our character to do so. So yeah, that's kind of something that led me to where I am today.
Yeah.
And then of course we did all the other activations. You know, there were 3 before the big hikoi, and ended up being part of the National Toitu Te Tiriti Collective, coordinators across the motu. So, you know, and it felt like another big role that I wasn't really wanting, but had to step up into anyway because, you know, and my kaupapa also again is that I encourage rangatahi to be part of it. You know, but also in the hope that our pakeke, our kaumātua and kuia would also be a part of that. Because I see that people are saying, you know, ko ngā rangatahi ngā rangatira o tēnei rā, o wēnei rā. And I believe that, but not without the older generations at your side helping and guiding. Just like me, I'm not quite as pakeke as others, and I would never move without them. You know, but I would never move without the youth as well, the and youth. So I'm someone that, goes with, I fill a gap. I'm a gap filler. And I'm proud to be the person who has filled this gap today and being the māngai for Te Pāti Māori for Ikaroa Rahwiti. To speak for those who have passed on, to carry a kaupapa that was created by some mighty leaders of our world, of Te Ao Māori, and also to carry it with care and represent it with care too, not just for me. And when I became the candidate, I was elected in Wairoa last year, last July. So it's been 11 months. I'm only 11 months old into the role. I said that the only reason I'm doing this is because I couldn't find someone else. I was hoping to look at someone in your reanga that would fill their shoes. Why? Because we have someone like Hana Rāwhiti Maipi, who is of your generation, who has absolutely inspired the nation and the world by being at the table as a rangatahi Māori. So my goal is to hopefully inspire our next generation to step into spaces like this and be okay with it, to have the courage to do so, and also to help strengthen the infrastructure of Te Pāti Māori across Ikaroa Rahwiti so that it's set up for the next generation. So you're not having to go through what I'm doing, which is rebuilding the infrastructure of Te Pāti Māori across the motu, so that it's left in a better state for you. For youth.
So just like with that, like rebuilding and stuff, what do you think Te Pāti Māori will actually make Aotearoa look like? Like if you get what I'm trying to ask.
Okay, well, you know, what were the dreams and aspirations of our tipuna? Why did they sign Te Tiriti o Waitangi in the first place? Is because they believed that, you know, how we look after our people when they come onto the marae, how you looked after us today when we came into your space, you know. Of course, we were people of manakitanga, you know, that is another thing of mana, you know, that shows who we are as a people. So we want, Te Pāti Māori wants us to be living in the aspirations of our tipuna, which was to be living healthily and well. You know, everyone should have shelter, everyone should have a home, everyone should have food at their table, you know, everyone should have good health care. We should all be, and if we've got that as Māori, as the tangata whenua of this land, then everyone deserves that same standard of care, of manakitanga. And, you know, Te Tiriti o Waitangi, 500 plus rangatira across the motu signed that document under the, you know, WHAkaaro, that the promises they saw that we would look after us, ka pai, and ka pai, you look after you. Crown, Pākehā, British, you know, manuhiri that were moving here. And that's the vision that they saw was, that looks like a good deal. seal that deal.
Yeah.
And we know that in 186 years since the signing of Te Tiriti o Waitangi, it hasn't been that. So we need to imagine a life where we're all living and thriving, just being us, having absolute access to all our taonga, including our reo, including the taonga I wear on my face, the taonga that we have in our stories about our whenua, our place names, just anything and everything needs to be accessible to us with no restrictions.
Yeah.
And those restrictions at the moment are bills and legislations that are and decisions that are being made without us at the table. The people who gave the crown a seat to sit at that table in the first place to have a say. So that's what Te Pāti Māori is for me in Parliament, in the political world. That's what Te Pāti Māori is, and to know Te Pāti Māori is only 21 years old. You know, it's still a rangatahi itself. But the values of Te Pāti Māori are as ancient as the whenua and the rivers that run deep in our Aotearoa. So we still carry the dreams, aspirations and values of those who have gone before us.
Yeah. I know that also sometimes, like on social media and stuff, it gets put through a different lens. It like showcases it way differently.
And as long as we know that, and I suppose it's about how we message between ourselves as Māori, and knowing that, you know, that the media and the people behind the power of the media who put all the funding into media and what you hear and see on the news are wanting us to see ourselves in a negative. They want us to believe that that's all we are, or we don't have any value in any space, not just in parliaments. But that's the world of media, and sometimes, unfortunately, so is social media. You know, unfortunately, I feel sometimes our whānau would rather go to have a scrap. You know, they want to know they want to go to a kaupapa to watch the tea spill all over the table. You know, but so, I suppose that's a comms thing, and it's about us believing. So if we believe in a kaupapa, and like we did believe in Te Tiriti o Waita Treaty Principles Bill and the hikoi mo Te Tiriti, we believed in that, right? Why did we believe in that? And we can never, ever separate Toitu Te Tiriti movement from Te Pāti Māori. It stemmed from there. Te Pāti Māori were the ones who made the call for our people across the motu to unite, to protect Te Tiriti o Waitangi me tōna mana. And for me personally, as someone who did help one of the many who made that hikoi, the biggest hikoi in our history, who was a small part of it, I believe that hikoi is not over. And why is that? It didn't end at Parliament that day, back in 2024. It's still going. And until we remove this government from power and control, the hikoi will continue. Because for me, it wasn't about the attack on the Treaty Principles Bill. It was about the people who are allowing that on the table in the first place. And since then, they have continued to dilute our mana and dilute the mana of Te Tiriti o Waitangi in everything. Education, with te reo Māori, you know, you name it. That's why I can't say what it is that I'm actually standing for at the moment, because there's so much, and it's by design that they want to keep us so busy and so, you know, on defense mode that we get tired. You know, they want to tire us out as a people, and that also, you know, when you're tired, it chips away at your belief system too. And then what do? We start turning on each other instead. But why? Because it's easier to. It's easier for us to scrap against each other, and we lose focus on who the real enemy is.
Yeah.
And it's not each other. I'm not doing this because I hate us.
Yeah.
I'm doing this because I absolutely love us. I love our people, and I love everything about us. All the ugly and all the beautiful things about us, I love about being Māori. We're the only Māori in this whole world. That's how unique we are. And I believe that our uniqueness belongs.
Yeah. I can feel like just you got so much mana over here. It's like emanating.
When I hope that answered your question about the comms. Because I think that our biggest comms has to be ourselves. And I think we can't rely, and I know there's a power in using social media. But I feel like social media also has a negative wave about it as well.
Yeah.
And that is some in the messaging that we tend to follow. So if we can be better mokopuna and better tipuna, because we're going to be tipuna one day too, I'd rather that our mokopuna look back and go, wow, that's how our tipuna spoke about us and spoke about each other.
Yeah.
And I'd rather be that tipuna that is empowering us to be better tipuna. And that being better tipuna to me is about talking better about ourselves.
Yeah.
And, inspiring each other and encouraging each other to be able to do that. And because sometimes it's hard. We find it hard as Māori to, props each other up.
Yeah.
So we have to, whakanui ia tata. We've been taught to be humble, But sometimes our humbleness, is, we need to be able to whakanui each other as well.
If rangatahi were to I would say hold your party accountable in 3 years, what should they expect to see changed? Changed in governance,
Well,
anything?
as a candidate, I've been learning along the road and on the road. And what's really important as a candidate is actually to have these types of kōrero with rangatahi, with different communities, to find out what it is you're wanting. What is the change you want to see?
Yeah.
Because it's my job to take it into the house to make the changes for our people.
Yeah.
So if you're saying what is it that rangatahi, can expect to see changed, what is it that the rangatahi are wanting to see changed? I am pretty youthful, I suppose. But that's my job as a candidate. That's my job as a pautireo, is not to go in there and go, oh, this is what I think rangatahi need. This is what I think the rangatahi want to see changed.
Look at that.
Hey, so my question goes to you. What do you want to see changed?
Question answer.
I actually need to think about that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And that's good, because now you can have that wānanga with yourself. What is it that you want to see changed for rangatahi? What do you expect me to do if I was to get into that whare? What is it that you want Whaea Haley Maxwell to do for youth?
Yeah.
And what is it, what do I have to fight for in the house for you?
Yeah.
But in saying that, I know that Te Pāti Māori is a mokopuna movement, and mokopuna is still rangatahi for me. So I know we are the party that will ensure that rangatahi have a voice in the house, and we have someone there already in our kaupapa, at our table, at the Pāti Māori table, who is, hana, who can speak on behalf of youth still to today. So that is the kōrero I would have with hana as well. What is it that youth want? What is it that, what is your expectation of this government? If we were to be put in the house, what is it that you expect from us? What is something you want to see changed in the next government when we roll this current one out of the house and become the governments in the next election.
Their question really got me thinking though.
Yeah, because Koka can't speak for the youth. Youth have to speak for youth.
Yeah.
But all I can do is make sure that what the youth want is in my pocket and in my whakaaro and everything that I do.
Yeah.
Te Pāti Māori is pushing to lower the age, the voting age to 16.
Yeah.
And I have been going around asking rangatahi if that's something that they're keen to support. Is that something, do they feel that they're ready to vote at 16 years old?
Yeah.
And are they wanting a party like ours, Te Pāti Māori, to continue? Well, we will continue to advocate because we do believe that our rangatahi deserve to have a voice at the table at 16 years old. Why? Because when you're 16, you can be, you can get your license, you can have a job, you pay taxes, all of those things, and you have an opinion from your reanga, from your age group. So what do you think? Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah.
As a 16-year-old, yes, I do.
Well,
As a new 16-year-old.
it'll also just be getting them to care enough to want to vote as well. Because making that allowed, that'd be cool. But that's coming from someone that really cares about that stuff. Like there's so many 16-year-olds that in politics isn't even in their head. It's on purpose.
Yeah, it's all by design. Because
Yeah.
I know when I was being raised through the schooling system, I didn't learn about treaty. I didn't learn about my language. I didn't learn about the stories of the creeks and the rivers that were around me or the hills that were around me too. And I definitely didn't learn about the political system. I didn't learn civics in school.
Yeah.
We stumbled on it. We stumbled on it, and I was fortunate enough to have kapa haka that, it's a lot of the items, the songs and the haka that I was learning were all political.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it taught me, So that is something that Te Pāti Māori is wanting to do. So hopefully in 3 years' time, we have changed the age limit and it's gone down to 16 years old to give our rangatahi from 16 years old a true voice, and hopefully will encourage our kura and our youth spaces and our kaiako, people who are in privileged positions to be able to engage and educate our rangatahi about civics and about their mana and their power in voting.
How would Te Pāti Māori go about teaching them about politics? Like, how would you go and do that?
Wow, this is an opportunity right now. And thank you. This is also being created by rangatahi. So mihi ana kia kōrua, kia koutou, ki tēnei kaupapa. So I think what you're doing is a huge part of it because no one else is going to do it for us.
Yeah.
So having a Māori podcast that is focusing in on ensuring that our rangatahi are engaged is one thing. Another thing is give opportunity for Māori Pāti or for Māori kaupapa, Māori leadership, for us to have those wānanga with our rangatahi. As I said, kaiako within youth spaces, kaiako within kura, that's the power that you have is to educate. Yeah. So let's hope that all our kaiako are utilising their space to educate, our rangatahi about politics. And about the importance of enrolling to vote. Yeah. So remember, 17 years old, you get to enrol to vote. Yeah. And if you aren't enrolled to vote by the time the cut-off date is, which is October the 25th, midnight, and you turn 18 after that date, and before November the 7th, you won't get to vote. So enroll today. You can go online and do it as a 17-year-old.
See, I didn't even know that. I'm 17. I haven't enrolled yet. I thought that you could just enroll whenever.
No, so you can legally enroll to vote at 17 years old, but imagine being a 15-year-old and getting ready to to vote, just like you're ready to sit your license.
Yeah.
Sit for your license, you know. I think it should go 2 and 2.
Yeah.
You're 15, you're old enough to do that, so you should be old enough to start enrolling to participate in politics, participate in who you feel is the right person to represent you in that house that makes decisions for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what, but I just want to, I've got a pātai. What are your thoughts of a rangatahi party?
Rangatahi. That, okay. I straight away went, that'd be so cool. But, it'd have to depend. Not necessarily like the education. Who? Rangatahi with the same values.
It would really push for education of politics and civics within the school system, I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose it wouldn't, you know, engage more rangatahi maybe. But personally, I believe that a rangatahi always needs your pakeke, always needs your kaumātua, always needs older leadership as advisors as well, because we can't move forward without each other.
Yeah.
We have to all be at the table. We all have to be feeding into wānanga. That's just my own personal whakaaro. That's why I love the setup of Te Pāti Māori myself. There's almost 3 generations on one table from all over the motu with all our own different whakaaro and different beliefs and different tikanga.
To be honest, if there were a rangatahi party, I'd want to put in the people that that genuinely need the most change into those conversations, like the ones that are part of the youth justice system and all the ones that genuinely need it. Like, I wouldn't put myself in there because I'm sweet. Yeah.
I would. Do you know why? I would put you in there because you want to advocate for them. You want to advocate for our whānau who kind of get left out all the time, you know? And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I know I still have a foot in that space, you know, and I haven't forgotten that there is a whole lot of us that haven't had, you know, the privilege and honour of knowing what it's like to live in wealth.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about that wealth that's in our pocket again. I'm talking about the wealth of our culture.
Why should we give a F about Te Pāti Māori?
Cool, man. Do you know why I love this question? Because when I was going around and trying to engage communities and educate different communities, groups, and everything about Te Tiriti o Waitangi and about learning about how to, you know, write submissions to oppose the Treaty Principles Bill and then the Regulatory Standards Bill. That's pretty much what I use, like, because people were saying, "What is it?" And I would be going in there saying, "You need to give a whakaaro, because we all need to have a whakaaro." You know, because people were like, you know, so I couldn't say what you want to say. Yeah. But we really actually need to give a whakaaro. And that's why should we give a whakaaro about Te Pāti Māori?
I'm stealing that.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can use it. You know, that's what this is all about when you share kōrero. Giving a whakaaro about Te Pāti Māori is giving a whakaaro about our tipuna, about the aspirations and the whole reason why Tariana Turi across the floor in the first place, leaving, you know, she made a huge statement when she left the Labour Party and crossed the floor because she did not believe in what they were doing to our mana. Yeah. And our mana moana with the takutai moana bill, with the foreshore and seabed bill. And I remember that, 2004, I remember it. I remember it well. I remember it, why? Because we were in a kapahaka group called Tūranga Wahine Tūranga Tāne, and we did a bracket about it. Yeah. We did items about it that stood against it, that opposed the foreshore and seabed. Yeah. And so when Tariana Turia did that, it was like a signal for us as Māori that we can say no, that we can stand up for ourselves and create something for ourselves that represents us, for us, by us, with the intentions of our oranga and our mana motuhake at the forefront of everything that we do. And so that's why we should give a whakaaro about Te Pāti Māori, because I truly believe there is no other political party that exists in this political system that represents Māori, represents the oranga, the taonga, the whakaaro of our tipuna when they were put through everything they were put through, 186 years ago. Since then, we're still not living in that Hawaii ho that they talk about. Then we're still not living in a world where we're thriving. We're still striving. We're still struggling. We're still, fighting against a system that was built and designed to diminish us. And Te Pāti Māori is the only party that gives a whakaaro about us truly to the core of it. There's no one else telling us or paying us to say anything differently about what we believe in and what we stand for and who we speak for. And that's the difference between us and other political parties, is we do not have to bend the knee to anyone else's belief systems and to anyone else's thoughts about who we are as Māori and what's good for us. Because only we have the answer as Māori. Only we know our whenua, our awa, our maunga, our moana, our tikanga, and only we can look after that. They can join us and help us to look after it, because that's what we're still waiting for them to do. We're still waiting for them to meet us halfway. And, whakamana te tiriti o Waitangi, whakamana that contract that they continue to takahi on. And that is why I give an absolute big whakaaro. I've got pockets full of whakaaro to share with us, with our rangatahi, with our communities, with whānau who don't feel that they do politics, because they don't want to do politics, but are happy for politics to continue to do them.
Yeah. Well, I think for now that's all we have enough time for, unfortunately. But thank you so much for coming in. It was like so cool, because I could hear your whakaaro, but I could feel it. Like if I was in the other room, I'd be like, I was like, yep.
She's scary, fun.
She's not lying.
To be scary.
You weren't scary. I don't know why he said scary. No, it was just cool because I genuinely believed that you believed in what you were saying.
Oh, we got our biscuits.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, but cool as we'll just get into our biscuit segment now.
Biscuit segment.
Yeah. So as a group, we have to agree on a score for each of the things. Okay. So 10 for appearance, 10 for taste, and 10 for texture.
A double stuff choc cookie sandwich with doubled sweet vanilla cream. Oreo.
Well, appearance. What do we think on the appearance?
It's got no chocolate on top. I'm usually a person who likes a chocolate covered biscuit.
They should do that.
Yeah.
It looks dry to me. So are we going digging in?
Yeah. Let's go.
One thing as a mama, I already know that they're cheap. You can get those for about $1.20 a packet. And they're also my baby's favourites, Oreos. So I've never eaten them myself. So I feel like it's worth its money. It looks like the packaging.
Yeah. 10 for appearance, I'd say. It's actually pretty tough. Like the design's tough, eh?
Yeah, there's a lot of detail.
10.
Yeah.
I go 7.
Yeah, I would go 7 as well.
Okay.
I'm a 7 for the appearance.
Okay, 7.
Looks like we're going a 7.
Yeah, and then 10 for taste. You know what I mean. Yeah.
For taste, for me, it would be like another 7 or like an 8.
Yeah, I'm going 7, 8. So I'll go with 8.
7.5. Yeah, we'll split it in the middle, eh? So, and then now for texture. Texture, I don't know, I like these.
I like the crunch. I like that crunch with the softness in the middle.
Same.
It wasn't really dry. I thought it was going to be dry as well.
So did I.
But yeah, it was.
Hopefully the kōrero wasn't dry.
Oh, no. Texture, I have to go another 8.
8.
I have to go to 8.
Do we all agree?
Yeah, I agree.
22.5 out of 30. Is that our highest yet?
That's it. Nah, I swear one already got 30.
Definitely a Tim Tam girl.
Bro, yeah, we should have done those instead.
And me and Preston are usually so judgy towards these biscuits.
Well, yeah. Have a biscuit, whānau. Give the Oreos a go. Double stuff.
Well, that's us for now. Until next time, see you later. Doits.